Good morning. It's a Sunday morning, and what better thing to do than to arrange some beautiful flower in a vase? Today, I want to show you how to put flower in a vase so that it looks very pleasing to the eyes. Of course, the beauty of flower, you don't really need to do much. You can just look at it and it's already beautiful. But when you put in a vase, it would enhance the beauty if you put it in a way that it's more pleasing to the eyes. So it's just my way. I'm not a professional in terms of flower arrangement, but I love flower and planting. So I hope you enjoy this. This morning, I woke up quite early and I went to the side of the road and got a whole bunch of these beautiful purple flowers. It comes in uh, kind of light purplish white and light purple and purple. And purple is my favorite. And it smells like lilac. I I broke a piece off and want to keep it in my ears. So for flowers, it's in when you put in a vase, it's good to take away as many leaves as possible, so that the um, the stem has concentration, bringing the water up to the petal instead of nurturing the leaves. And plus, the flower lasts longer if you do that. So that's what I usually do: is take some of the leaves off, and keep some. It smells very nice, and you can cut it diagonally so that it can take the water or the nutrient in the stem easier and more, and keep it fresh longer. So today I have little vase. Um, I have a Buddha, so I will make a small one and put at the Buddha table. And of course, I have a lot, so I have two different vases here. One is a ceramic color vase. There's water in it already, and a clear glass. So what I find is if you put flower in I think this is called cylinder shape, the flower will stay together upright, versus a vase that come out on the top. Then the flower would be out at the top and not so dense, and the effect is not as dramatic when you put flower in a vase that branch out like that. Unless you have a lot of flower, then you can put in a vase that branch out at the top. But if you have not too many, it's good to put in a straight vase so that all the flowers are together and the effect is more dramatic. I know it's early, but thanks for watching. I see one of you join me. Thank you for sharing this. Leave a comment and say hi so I know who you are. And I want to say thank you. So it's quite simple like that. Because these are wildflowers, I saw these for sale at the greenhouse garden center as well. They have it, they have it for sale at greenhouse and garden center. You can plant them in your garden, and they come back every year. And I like planting things that come back every year, so that You don't have to buy it again, and it's usually low maintenance. So um, yeah, so I put the shorter ones, shorter stems, at on the side, and the taller one in the middle. So uh, what I do is I just kind of hold the stem with my finger, pointing finger and thumb, and kind of push it down, and then the leaves would fall off. I like doing things efficiently, so I always try to find a way that um, I get things done quicker and easier. So sometimes it might look like I'm being rough, but um, just me doing things fast. You can see it's coming together nicely. What you can do is you can pre-arrange the flower outside of the vase, and then uh, put it in the vase together at once. That that's probably easier and more organized, and you can fix how it looks um, outside versus putting in the vase one by one. Isn't this a beautiful thing to do on a Sunday morning? I woke up at 6 and then I went to the side of the road and cut all this. Cars went by. Of course, they look at who is this human being doing. Of course, people wonder, but it's okay. So you can see putting together uh, from outside a vase, kind of want to know where things go, and then kind of make sure it's even at the bottom here. Smells so good. You know, when I drive around or when I got driven around, I always look on the side of the road. I always pay attention to the trees and flowers and the scenery. And if something pops up like these flowers, you can't miss, right? So I would note it. I'm like, oh, if I pass by there again, I would stop and get them or take picture. Um, yeah, so that this is how I got to these. I saw the beautiful color just popping out. So I'm like, oh, I want to go there and see if I can take some. So each flower plant, I just cut a few so that there's some left to keep growing so that they will continue growing next year, right? You don't want to take everything and then next year it dies and nothing left for other people to look at. So I'm just gonna put it in the middle. See, so there's a lot of leaves. So imagine if the stem had to nurture all these leaves, then it uh, it won't last as long. The flower won't last as long. And here we go. This is a vase of beautiful flower, and the smell is so good. It's like lilac. So I'm going to put it out in the garden for it to come back because I think I injured it a bit because the uh, the flower bouquet is kind of coming down because when you cut something from a plant, it kind of um, hurt, I guess. So I'm going to leave it out with the water and have the sun nurture it. And when it's all upright, maybe I'll put it inside the house to make the house smell nice. What I learned is you can add a spoon, like teaspoon of baking soda in the water and keep the flour fresher longer. That's a cool trick, right? And maybe change the water if your flour is still fresh and the water is kind of muggy. You can take the flour out, pour the water out, and change the new water and add a new teaspoon of baking soda. Also, it helps to cut the bottom of the stem off a little bit more so that you have fresh stem to take up the nutrient. So I just put it out there for the sun to soak up. Just want to show you. It looks beautiful in the sun. There you go. Nice. All right, so I'm going to continue my yellow vase and my little tiny vase for my Buddha table. And we'll see you later. Thank you very much for joining me today. Appreciate your support and happy to share this. Enjoy your Sunday.